Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the ideal IDA customer profile. Okay, what type of student athletes do we work with? What do we look for in the athlete, in the family to determine that they are a qualified lead, that they are a good fit for the program, they're going to have a good experience, they have the right background, they can get the value that they're looking for out of our type of a program. There are 4 areas that we focus on, right? And we walk through some questions and we look for specific information to help us qualify that prospect. And the goal here for you as our partner is to give you the tool here that you can quickly qualify current leads in your pipeline and your current network of students. You may have some that come to mind. You know that they fit the mold, and now as every new lead comes in, now you've got like a playbook or something you can go back to, ask the right questions, and quickly understand whether or not they're a good fit for our program. Okay, so what are the 4 areas? Number 1, experience. Okay, we got to ask, what level of experience do they have? Okay, number 2, what are their goals and objectives? How realistic are their goals? How realistic are their objectives? Right? Do they want to be the next Leo Messi? There's no one that's going to be the next Leo Messi, let's be honest. Okay, so we'll walk through that together. Number 3, education. This is really important, okay? Their education level, the type of school they go to, their experience can be a great indication of not only, their ability, their experience, they're going over to an international program, or even their parents' mentality in terms of study abroad, those types of pathways, but also financially, right? And that's kind of the 4th bucket here. Obviously, they've got to be able to afford the program, not just afford it, but they've got to be willing to invest, and they've got to see the value in it and the opportunity for their son or their daughter. All right, so let's hop right into experience, right? What are the areas that we look for? What's the ideal experience level? Number 1, they've got multiple years playing competitively, okay? And what does competitively actually mean? Well, if you look at the bottom there, are they currently playing for their club, their school, their country, something regular, something competitive where they're training on a regular basis, they're playing matches, they have a season, they're competing, right? All of these things are really important because once they get to IDA, it's a serious environment, okay? Do they have previous experience participating in an international program? This right here could be the most important qualifying criteria that you have, right? Why? Because if they've gone overseas, if they've done a program like IDAs in the past in Europe or elsewhere, it means they understand the experience. It means they're looking for it again. And ultimately, that's a great sign that they're a qualified prospect. So definitely find that out. Now, do they have video footage or a highlight film? This is important because it means they're doing the things necessary, right? They're taking footage. If they have a highlight film, it means they have the mentality that they want to use that to get to the next level. Oftentimes that means maybe a university scholarship in the US, or they want to send it to clubs, but they're passionate about their performance and they fit because that's exactly what we do at IDA. Okay, education. Oh, no, let's go to goals and objectives. Sorry. Number 1, are they realistic? I made the joke before. Everybody wants to be the next Leo Messi. Okay, it's a joke, but it's also serious because less than 1% truly have what it takes to play professionally. So at times in the past, we've had players show up, and parents even, thinking that because they invested the money, thinking that they're the best, in their city. Once they arrive in Europe or at our academy in Daytona Beach, it's a whole different story, right? They have these expectations that they're just going to show up and get a professional contract. Then I'll realize, 1, how big that gap is between them and the rest of the players, and 2, how truly difficult it is. So part of our sales process is actually educating our candidates as well. Okay, so it's important to note that. Always ask what their objectives are. It's okay for them to have a dream, but they need to understand that there are alternative pathways, right? And it's very difficult. So the next one, do they have the desire to play at a U.S. university, get a scholarship, or go down that pathway? Okay, that's a great indication. If they do, it means they're thinking of studying abroad already. They want to get a scholarship. So those things that IDA offers and specializes in really hit home for them, really provide a ton of value. The video footage, the college placement, the access to U.S. universities, That is our bread and butter, as we say. That is what we specialize in. Okay, and lastly, do they have the desire to play in Europe? As you may or may not know, our pathways and our exit opportunities are both into the US and continuing on in Europe. Okay, you may have a candidate that says, you know what, I just don't want to go to the US. My dream is to play and to study in Europe. That's a fantastic opportunity for us to welcome that player and have them do our program plus one of the educational programs that we offer, whether it's high school, a gap year, even university undergraduate programs, or even into a master's degree. Okay. All right, let's talk education level really quick. Do they attend a private school, international school, American school, British school, anything like that? Or they usually have a online program, right? They're doing their virtual school or homeschooled. Sometimes we'll get a family that's doing that because they're already supporting their son or their daughter in their athletic careers. Okay, so those are great indicators that they're already ready for our program, where they're doing a high level of education that's college prep. It's focused on studying abroad or going to a high level university, again, is what we specialize in. So last but not least, budget and finances. Okay, at IDA, I have our sales team. At some point, you have to be very transparent and direct about pricing. Okay, and I say pricing, it's not even the right word. It's about the necessary investment in an experience like this. Okay, first and foremost, if we're just talking to a student, one of our first questions is, well, do your parents know? Are they supporting you, or are you just kind of exploring right now, and you haven't talked to them about that? That kind of gives us an idea of where the family are in discussions, because ultimately, as you know, the parents are the decision makers. Number two, look, the family has to have the budget. That's one thing, but even more importantly, the parents have to be willing to invest. They have to see the value. They have to be invested in this objective and this goal for the student. Or they may have the money, but they're never gonna make the investment. They're never really gonna support them. Okay, so they gotta have the budget. The parents have to be supporting them and willing to invest. Okay, so guys, that's it. You're gonna have access to this visual right here. My recommendation is use this as a cheat sheet. Use this as a guide. Right, turn all of these bullet points into questions. Okay, and guide this. Go experience, education, goals, budget, finances, and at the end of the day, if you use this, if you walk through each point, I guarantee you will have a great understanding of their background. You'll be able to communicate effectively to myself and our team about this prospect and the family, and we'll better be able to support you as a partner on what we can do next, whether that's closing the sale, getting on a call with the family, or just helping you understand that that's just not a qualified lead. But at the end of the day, for us, even if you get to the reality that it's not a qualified lead, if you're able to do that quickly without having to waste any of your time, for us, that's a win, because it saves you time as our partner, and time is money. So guys, thanks. I hope this is helpful. You can find the visual of this specific cheat sheet or the profile in the assets section of the partner portal. If you don't have access to the partner portal, let us know. We'll get your account set up. All right, guys, thanks and take care.